Hi. So what's your name? Because I called you Jeans Guy last week. Max. Hello. Apologies, but very impressive. Yeah. Yeah. Well, good for you. I hit recording right before I started. I just said that, so that's imprinted on like the recording forevermore. I can maybe cut it out. So that's cool. Yeah. I think that it's going to hold you back today in particular because we're doing all sorts of hip stuff. Although you'll be able to do most of it. Um, you'll be good. You'll be good. Great. Okay, cool. Let's get going. So, people at home, let's start the playlist. So there's silence at the beginning, just in case you get confused. I did it on purpose to like time it. All right. So if it doesn't play anything, everything's okay. All right. So 3, 2, 1, play. Okay, let's start in a child's pose today, right? So you can start with your knees apart, and I don't know, Max, you can see if I mean it looks like they're fairly baggy, your jeans there. So you can come down into a child's pose. So if you like, you can have your hands out in front, or sometimes it can feel nice to stack up your forearms and let your forehead rest on the arms like that. But basically, choose something which is going to be comfortable for you. Nice. Almost always I start the practice with a period of stillness. From the 1 or 2 classes that we've had together, or many in other people's case, you'll know that for me, yoga is not a physical practice alone. It's more like a way to access something that we can't express in words through the very physical medium of our body. So at the beginning, I really like to be close to the floor, the very earthiness of it, to let the body soften a little bit so that the attention can come into our physical form. So easy to get a feeling of disembodiment nowadays, especially when so much of what we do is virtual. Depending on what your medium is, if you do a lot of work on your computer, it can feel like you're not doing anything at all sometimes. So we start to enter into the body. We get reacquainted with this vehicle, this tool, which is our physical home. And the aim today and in yoga in general is a form of mastery of that vehicle, this tool. Not only that you could like do cool stuff, which is also fun, but also that you can take care of your own life. So there's this understanding of like this concept called self-care, which can be, a very commercial concept. But for me, here today and in general, I understand it as holding yourself, or to use the parlance, holding space for yourself. What we're going to do in the practice today is literally hold yourself with your hands and your arms and your body. And the intention behind it is to practice that in a physical way so that we can do it in an emotional way. So if your hands are reaching back behind you, you could hold on to your heels. That's a nice thing to do. Feel like you can cup around them. If your hands are out in front, you can hold on to your hands for a wee second. Make physical contact with yourself. And then we're going to start to move. Press down into the feet and start to push yourself up so you take your shoulders over your wrists. And then we'll continue that same motion as we come all the way down towards the floor. Here we'll take the fingertips off the mat and point the elbows to the sky. Draw the toes down into the earth, lift the low belly so your low back flattens a little bit, and start to draw your heart forward towards the front of your, just in front of your mat. The gaze comes last. Exhale again to lower. Let the breath travel all the way from your toenails all the way to the crown of your head through the fullness of your lungs. Exhale again to lower. A third one again, the fullest one yet. You're not going for height, you're going for fullness. Lovely. Exhale to lower. Last time, inhale, or rather, it's going to change now. The left shoulder was going to start to tap down towards the mat. So you start to like crack into the shell of this upper back here. Inhale, lift up towards the middle. Keep pressing the feet. Exhale, the right shoulder comes down towards the floor. Inhale, we lift up. And exhale, lower down again. So kind of in a very economical way, we're going to put your elbows where your hands are. So that the arms are going to be out at shoulder height on the floor, like a cactus. So from here, we're going to make that actually the same thing with the right hand, so the right elbow's pointing to the sky, but the left hand stays where it is, pressing the elbow down into the floor. Hold that there as you roll over to the side, taking your right foot behind you as much as possible. It doesn't matter where the foot goes, but the main thing, into someone else's face apparently, is that you stretching, we're all friends, stretching across the front of the left shoulder. So it's a very small place we're targeting. You'll kind of feel it, you'll know it when it's right. So you want the arm to be slightly away from you so that you can feel it right in here. Get that? Sort of. Okay, yeah. Exhale, lower. Right elbow to the floor now. So if I show you, like, imagine this is the floor. By pressing down into this elbow, then we turn away from it, we stretch across this bit here. Yeah. Do you feel it here? Cool, that's what we're wanting. So the other side there. Cool. All right, lovely. Exhale, come back down towards the floor. And then push yourself back into child's pose, this time with knees wide, if it wasn't the first time. All right then. Here, let your breath come deeper into the lungs. Imagine like you had a second pair of hands that you could place just at the back of your ribs at the bottom where your kidneys are, just below. Feel like you could breathe into those hands, filling up. And I always think about the breath, especially when you're doing like complicated like arm balancing postures, which we aren't really today. The breath is like, it pads you out from the inside. So your breath is another way to hold yourself. Stay for one more exhale, and then on your inhale, walk forward, plant your hands onto the mat, and come back into a downward facing dog. Nice. So let's bend the left knee super deeply and press the right heel back towards the floor. Bend the right knee super deeply and press the left heel back towards the floor. So nice and slow, one at a time. The right heel comes down towards the floor, then the left. And then look towards the hands, start to walk the hands back towards the feet until we land in a fold. So we take the weight into the balls of the feet. I really like taking the feet kind of more than hip distance apart so that you've got loads of space to hang. Okay, nice. Exhale here, take the arms all the way up towards the sky. And again, exhale, dive forward. Let it be driven by the breath. So as you exhale, it's that folding. So your padding is kind of going out. As you inhale again, you stand up, filled up by the breath. Exhale, take the hands behind you and interlace the fingers. Now drive the heels down, lift the belly up and the heart up. And if you like, you can pull the hands back more. Take one more breath in, and then on your exhale, you can soften the elbows again and take the hands over to the right-hand side of the waist. Cool. So here the right ear comes towards the right shoulder as well. So we're letting the left shoulder move away. The elbows could even squeeze a little bit. So make sure the shoulders are coming down. It's not like you're taking your shoulder up towards your ear too. So we're aiming to unravel some of this here. Okay, inhale, take the hands back towards the middle and then over to the left-hand side. Left ear comes to left shoulder. If anything, you could think that the right shoulder is dripping down. Okay, draw the hands back again. And then inhale, reach the arms all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, come back into your forward fold. Cool, so here's where we're going to get really hangy. And we did that stretch just now to soften the neck. Here you can hold onto your elbows, in fact, right? And feel like your head is framed by the frame of your forearms and your upper arms. Let the weight come forward into the balls of the feet so that you feel almost like a little bit precarious. And from a bend in the knee, let your hips shine up towards the sky a little bit more. The more the back of your hips go up, the more the crown of your head goes down. So you could even imagine the breath traveling up the back of the legs and cascading like a waterfall down the spine, which goes down towards the floor. Lovely. On your next exhale, take your right hand down to the floor in front of your right foot. It can be the fingertips or it can be the palm. So just in front here. Left hand comes onto left hip. Bend into your left knee, or rather your right knee, I do apologize, and pull your left hip back as you point your left elbow to the sky. So it'll turn your chest to the sky too, exactly. Once you've got that, then as you look up, you can maybe take your left hand to the sky too. And here we breathe into the left lung so much. So as we turn and we twist, lovely, we're looking to kind of prize more breath into the body. Take one more inhale and then exhale, swim your left hand back and down and in front of the left foot. So the same thing, the right hand comes onto the right hip first. So do it first with a hand on the hip because then you're looking to get the torso around, exactly. And then you can take your right hand up towards the sky as well. Good. If you've got lots of space, for example, Ellie, you can put a wee bend in your left elbow there, shrug the left shoulder down the back, nice. Take a big breath in and then exhale, both hands come down towards the floor. Halfway lift, hands come onto the shins. And then exhale, step yourself back into downward facing dog. Nice. So we're already starting to create a little bit of space here in hips and shoulders. Kind of like these junctures in the body. Here you could feel like the shoulders roll away from each other, so to make space, lovely for the neck, really good. And as your outer thighs pull back towards the back of your mat, nice. Feel like the side of the ribs can be even fuller with breath. So I always think about it like this. You can't see the inside of your body, you never will. But you can, in fact, using other senses apart from your sight, using your proprioceptive sense, using the texture of the breath, which you can feel. So know yourself, see yourself with your breath. Okay, exhale, bend into the knees deeply, almost as if your knees and your belly are going to come together. Look forward on the inhale, step your right foot forward to the front of the mat. We're going to land in a runner's lunge. So runner's lunge in my kind of vocabulary means that the right hip is, so the back knee is lifted, the right hip is scooping back, that back leg is super strong. So you're like an arrow, right? So the hands are on the floor at first, reaching the chest forward, forward, forward. Good. But then you hover the hands and reach them back alongside you. Exactly. Palms face in, like triceps are squeezing towards each other, reaching your chest forward. Take a breath in, then exhale, plant the hands, downward facing dog. I can already tell we're going to be sweating in this room. Warm. Okay. Stay here for an exhale. On your inhale, pull yourself forward into a plank. So the same thing in the plank as in the runner's lunge. The back heel goes back and the chest goes forward. It just so happens that your leg is back, the left leg is back as well. So take a breath in, and then exhale, push the hands down and forward to come back into downward facing dog. Okay, here we're going to take the right leg up towards the sky, three-legged dog. Reach, 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 and then we're going to bend into the knee. Now look at your two hands and see that your two arms and your two shoulders are equally balanced, and see if you can hold that as you open your right hip up towards the ceiling. So what wants to happen is you want to collapse into the left shoulder. We're going to try and stop that happening. So make your stance a little bit shorter, Max. That'll make it easier. These are slippy mats, it's true. Yes. Not you, you've got your own. You can't make an excuse. All right, so we're going to make a little circle with the knee here as much as you can. The more actually you grip the mat with your fingertips, the less slippy it is, because notice I'm not slipping. Good, lovely. Nice little circles there. Inhale, reach the leg up towards the sky again. So that gives you momentum. Reach, 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 reach. And then exhale, step forward again between the hands. Runner's lunge. Runner's lunge, chest goes forward, left heel goes back. And then the arms come alongside you. Same thing. So take your attention to the back of the body. Maybe even feel your shoulder blades squeeze together just a little bit. Take an inhale, and an exhale. Then inhale, take yourself up and around. We're going to come into warrior two. Great. Cool. So, because we're going to do a bunch of hip stuff here, I'm going to tell you a bunch of things about what we want to happen with the legs. You can do the heel to heel or the heel to arch alignment. That's fine. What I really care about is the inner arches of your feet lifting. So I had a student in my class this morning whose arches were completely collapsed, and she had all sorts of other stuff terrible. Much older than you, so prevent that from happening to you, you lovely young things. Lift your arches, make your legs strong. So you might notice that your right knee comes more to the outside edge of the mat when that happens, which is what we want here, the external rotation. And that the back leg switches on even more. From here we reach. Good. All right. Inhale, reverse. Keep the legs as they are. So left hand down, left leg, right arm up and over. And then as you exhale, take your right forearm to the right knee, left arm up and over the left ear. Nice. So we're stamping down through the feet, but lifting up through the center of the sole of the foot as well. Okay, good. Let's reverse one more time. So a big breath into the right lung here. Good. Okay, then we're going to take the right forearm back onto the right knee. Left arm is going to reach directly up. Now turn the palm so it's facing the back. So in your case, the window. And then we're going to take it around to the low back, if you can reach, or all the way around to the outer hip, if you can reach there. Now, it doesn't really matter to me which one you grab, but what I do want you to find is the left shoulder pulling back. So you're effectively trying to rotate your heart towards the sky. We did this in that first posture. Good. Keep your butt tucking underneath you, your right butt. Yes, Max, fantastic. So good. And then fill up even more with breath. Exhale to look down at your right foot. Inhale, come back through warrior two. Stay for an exhale, and then inhale. This is a very long stance. Come around into a high lunge. So we come onto the ball of the back foot. Hips are square. Right knee is in front, so the right elbow is going to stack on top of the left. And wrap the arms, either the backs of the hands or all the way around to the palm if you can. This is this eagle arms, Garudasana. We're strong in the legs. We're going to lift up the low abdomen, lift the elbows. Either this is enough, or you can even start to lean back with the shoulders and the heart and maybe even the gaze all the way to the sky. Yes! Making the legs very strong. Great. Okay, inhale here. Exhale, step forward with the left foot and fold. Keep the hands as they are. Soften the neck. Yeah, exactly. So it's a tight little squeeze, this folded posture. But what it asks you to do is give into it. So here I said we're going to hold ourselves. That's definitely what's happening with these arms. You arrange yourself, you twist yourself up into this position, and it forces softening in the neck and in the shoulders, also in the hip, all over places, wherever you can feel it. So take one more breath in. Exhale, drop your hands down towards the floor. Maybe give your shoulders a little shimmy. Then press the feet down. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, fold. Hands to the shins. Pull yourself forward. So rather push yourself out of a hole using your shins. And then exhale, step back, downward facing dog. One of the things we're interested in creating is resilience. The ability to self-regulate, self-soothe, so that you become this, you attain this ultimate yogic quality, which I aspire to all the time, which is to be unfuckwithable. I always say it in this context, because I don't usually say the word fuck in a yoga studio. So anyway, here we are. Bend into the knees. Exhale. Look forward. Inhale. Left leg comes forward. This time we're in a runner's lunge. Tam and Rachel have definitely heard me say that before. Okay, so hands are on the floor. Since you're low, feel that your left hip is scooping back and your back leg is strong. This is going to prepare us for where we're going. Chest is reaching and then the arms reach back. Oh, ah! Good. Nice example of how not to do it. Cool. So take a breath in here. Feel the strength of the back body. Exhale, hands to the floor. Downward facing dog. Okay. Put a wee bend in those elbows, Leslie. Just a wee bit? Yeah, exactly. You'll get the shoulders even more. Nice. Okay, good. Inhale, come forward into a plank. Keep reaching back with the legs. So don't forget that you have legs. The kneecaps are lifting, the heels are going back, the chest is open. Take a breath in, then push the hands down and forward. Lovely grip all the way back, downward facing dog. Smash it. That's what I want to see. If you grip like that, you'll never slip on a yoga mat. Never. Spoke too soon. Damn. Okay. Left leg to the sky. Inhale. Okay. So look your hands, as the Indians say, because they don't know prepositions so well. Your shoulders are going to try to stay balanced as you bend into the knee and open the hip up as much as possible. And then you start to draw circles with that left knee. Again, as much as possible. Everyone's going to be different because it's not just about the soft tissues, but your bones and your hip sockets might be more shallow or more deep than other people. That's fine. You get to know yourself. Okay, inhale, reach your leg towards the sky. Create momentum. The more you reach back, the more you're going to step forward. Exhale. Right heel to the floor. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Come up, warrior two. Good. So find yourself lifting up out the floor using the center of your foot. So you have a certain amount of mass and weight in this, gravitational world, but with yoga, you can make yourself levitate. Nice. Reverse the warrior. Inhale. Exhale, left forearm to left knee, right arm up and over. So there's lots of toing and froing in this, as you can see. The lower body wants to stay stable, or we want it to stay stable, even as we, rotate all around it. Again, reverse. This is it, being stable no matter what happens to you. Exhale again, left forearm to left knee, and right hand directly up. Flip the palm so it faces towards the door side, and then take it either to the low back or all the way around to the outer hip. Here we're still trying to drop the butt underneath. Left knee moving towards the back of the mat. It's going to open up the hips even more. Leaning back with the right shoulder and opening up towards the sky. Yes. All of this is so that we can breathe deeper into the right lung. Okay, lovely. Exhale, look down towards the floor. Inhale, come back, warrior two. Right? Next inhale, we're going to come around into high lunge. So you're on the ball of the back foot. And then the left elbow stacks on top of the right one. And we wrap all the way around. Here we're squeezing the arms together. And as if we're squeezing the legs together, they obviously are not together, so you can't do it. But the action of doing that is going to give you more stability. Then start to lift up through the belly, the heart, and maybe even the gaze up towards the sky. Lovely. Okay, take a breath in. Exhale, step right foot to meet the left. Fold. Nice. So just this morning, my teacher said to me, we stumble in order to learn more about how to keep balanced. Oh, so, all right, release the hands. Exhale. Press the feet down. Arms all the way to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. It's like a little reset that. Hands to the shins, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Okay. Let's take the right leg all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, round it forward. Step between the hands, left heel to the floor. We go up and around, straight away, warrior two. Okay, inhale, reverse one time. That kind of gives you the momentum as well for this side angle. Right forearm to right knee, left arm up and over. Now here's where you can start to make choices. Bend into the front knee more, a wee bit more. Yeah. You can make choices, so you can stay here with this, or you can see if your right hand can reach towards the left, like you're holding a giant beach ball. Oh, okay, nice. All right, regretted it. Left arm up, left arm down the left leg. Okay, now we stretch that same side that you powered on, maybe if you did. Then the right arm, let's reach forward. So see if you can do it. Take the hand to the inside edge of that right foot. Cool. So it can be the fingertips or the whole palm if you can reach. Now press your knee against the arm, but then the arm against the knee. So you can find this like play of things pressing against each other, holding yourself using your knee. Here the left hand comes up towards the sky, directly up. Again, we're going to flip the palm so it faces the window. Max is already there, and then we take it around to the low back and maybe to the outer hip. You see where we're going with this? So this is where you can stay, peeling the chest up towards the sky. If you have the space or the inclination, or as I say to one of my students, if you can be bothered, you take your right hand and see if it can meet the left hand. Ooh, I would have thought you would have done this before. Okay, this sounds very good. All right, okay, all right, we're winning. I don't know if you can hear online, but there's some great sounds happening around here. It shows it's working. Okay, let's rotate the right hand down towards the floor, and also the left hand, in fact. Now, let's spin the left toes up towards the sky, and your right foot is going to rotate a wee bit so we can come down into Skandasana. There we go. So the left toes are going to face the ceiling. You can be on the ball of the right foot, or if you can get the heel to the floor, you can do that. But it's just going to depend on what your choice is. Now, Skanda, the guy that the posture is named after, is a warrior. So he makes wise choices. He can keep his hands on the floor or not. But he moves like a ninja no matter what he does. We travel to the back. And as we travel to the back now, the right toes point towards the ceiling. You'll feel the inner thigh stretching, maybe, probably. Opening up the chest, nice. Exhale, travel all the way to the front. Frame the right foot. Look forward, runner's lunge, and then step back into downward facing dog. So nice and smooth. And we're going to do that a second time. So you can see what it feels like. Actually, more than a second time. We're going to do it again and again. You can see if we can actually do it in a more fluid way. I really love fluid moves. Kind of makes me forget that exist, which is potentially a nice side effect of yoga practice. Okay, left leg to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, step forward. We're going to come into warrior two again. So press the heel down, up and around. Cool, smashing. So we've got a nice generous bend in that front knee. And I know when you start doing warrior two, you don't want to do that because it feels like you've got more effort happening when you do that. Yeah, the quads and the hamstrings. And then the hip is opening up and then your glutes start to hurt. And you're like, come on. But then you've got all this strength that you can use for like life and yoga postures and kicking people in the face. And as we've already done once today. Yeah, okay, cool. So what we did, reverse, let's do it first. And then exhale, left forearm to left knee, right hand to the sky. Oh, sorry, right up and over. That's what we did. This lovely variation that you all really enjoyed. So reach that right hand away from the right foot. If you like, the left hand can reach. Yes, my friends, good. Okay, good effort. Reverse. And then exhale, we're going to go forward with the left hand all the way to the left heel. Right hand comes up towards the sky first, and then flip the palm around to the low back or the outer left hip. Great, nice, Tam. Okay, so we're going to go for the left arm binding with the right, if you can reach, or if you like. Now, still feel like your left hip drops down to the floor, and maybe lean back around it. So this is us. You're really holding yourself in a very unusual way. Very unusual, but very skilled. Exhale, look down. Let's take both hands on the inside of that left foot and drop down. So we're going to pivot the feet a little bit so we can come down. So your hands can be on the floor or they can be lifted. I always say that it was a GSA girl in one of the classes who started, we were doing this move, and she started to do this great thing with the arms. And I was like, I'm stealing that. I loved it. Yeah, exactly. So skanda, a lot of actually yoga postures are from martial arts like this. It's not ancient. It's from maybe ancient parts of Indian culture, but people haven't been doing it as yoga it's only been about 200 years. Yeah, that's cool. So where are we going? We're going to travel to the back of the mat. Nice little chit-chat pause. Exactly, nice. So toes face the ceiling. Exactly. And then travel all the way to the back. Whoosh, all the way back, downward facing dog. Cool. This time we're going to find a vinyasa, which means we come forward from the plank, from the down dog into a plank. And like we practiced before, the heels go back and the chest goes forward. Here we fill up with breath. You can put your knees on the floor if you like as we lower chaturanga. If you've come all the way to the floor, which is what we can do, that's fine. Press the feet down and peel your chest forward, low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Okay, cool. Let's do a nice little blast. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, right knee to the nose. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, step it through runner's lunge. Ooh, that was a lot, wasn't it? Okay, place your left heel down into the floor and inhale, come around warrior two. Now, we're actually going to change the feet. What? Yeah, toes in, heels out. So we can meet there. So the reason we do that is to kind of facilitate the hinging, which we're going to do. It's helpful, even though we're doing straight lines, to be fluid around it. Exactly. So in my studio, when we all do this together, it's a bit like a wave. So you kind of press down to like ripple up. And then as you fold, you start to hinge, but then you bend into the knee again to get all the way down. Keep the hands on the hips for now, and just reach the crown of the head to the floor. Lovely. Ellie, very nice. So just like we did at the beginning with the forward fold, let the weight be in the balls of the feet, slightly more. Good. Then, Leslie, I bet you could press your hips to the sky a little bit more. Yeah. Cool. So fight to straighten the legs as much as possible. Yeah, good, good. Breathe. Nice, Max. I could say you could bend your knees a wee bit more, and that might help you find the fold. Yeah. Yeah, lovely. Yeah. He does, relative to before, I don't know. Okay, press the feet down and inhale, stand all the way up. I like how I have a conversation in that kind of posture. It's very nice, like down, upside down. Okay, inhale here. Which side are we at? Let's bend into the left knee. So it's again Skandasana. So we kind of ease into this, do many to kind of start to open it up. Travel to the front. Travel to the back. And then we travel to the front. The right foot's going to stay as it is and step the left foot in Malasana. So it's the garland. Yeah, cool. So this is kind of like a double Skandasana, if that makes sense, because we were just doing, and then it's two. Cool. So here, first of all, we want the heels to go down and the spine to lengthen. Yes. So I teach this kind of thing to different people, and most of the classes I teach, people are like this because they're a bit older and they've sat in a chair for a long time. And when I come to GSA, everyone can do it really nicely. So keep doing it. But what sometimes happens in this room is that people, or this context, is that people are so bendy that they collapse in a bit too much, which honestly is fine, is living in your body. But for what we're going to do, I want you to see if you can fight for the heels going down, the arches lifting, and the spine lengthening. Exactly, perfect. You could take your feet a little bit wider, Max. That might help. For me, like, this is not a pose that is natural in my body, and I had to fight a long time to get where I am at. Also, this is where your jeans are hindering you a teensy bit, I would say. Okay, nice. So from here, we've sat here for a little minute. Let's take the right hand in front of the right foot, but we do it like this. It's the kind of like, so you take the knee to the upper arm. Right hand is on the floor. Then see if you can open the left hand up towards the ceiling. It's like shooting an arrow. Yes. Beautiful. Take a breath in, and then exhale, left hand to the floor. We swap over. So the left hand, left shoulder comes in front of left knee, right hand up towards the sky. Nice. Beautiful. Exhale, take both down. Here we're going to take the right again, same thing. Left hand up towards the sky. And now, continuing with the theme, turn your left hand to face back and see if the hands can bind. Cool. Smashing. Now, since you're here, now, how did I do this before? I think I had to let go a little bit. I had to let go a little bit. See if you can. Ah, Max just did it. Smashing it. Mr. Jeans for the win. Okay, no. The thing is, actually, the first time I taught this, you really need, that's part. The thing is, your heel has to be on the floor to be able to stand up. Yeah, so you need to, yeah, there you go. There's going to be a bit of hopping around to me. Yes, nice. Okay, cool. We're experimenting with our body. That's all we're doing. Okay, come back downward facing dog. That's not even the peak. We've got another one, which is actually easier than that. Cool, good. Left leg to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. So this is warming up the core for doing these standing things like that. Left elbow to left knee. Inhale towards the sky. Exhale, left to the nose. Inhale to the sky. And then exhale, step it through. Okay, let's come up and around. Through warrior two. And then turn both toes to face in. This time we're going to take the hands around your back. To interlace behind your back, rather. Cool. So it's the same like wave action. Pressing the feet down into the floor to lift up. Yes, lovely. And then exhale to fold. Good. So the weight goes into the balls of the feet. The hips go up towards the sky. If you like, nice. So time you can press your hands against the bed there. Because, for example, Leslie, what you could do is see if you strive to get the hands to the floor. Because they could. As they're together. So let's try it. Are you okay with an assist? I mean, like, are you okay with me coming close to you, COVID-wise? Yeah. Okay, so you would press up here. Lengthen your spine. See, you're so close. Just a little bit. Beep. There you go. So I did very little there, just so you know. Okay, good. Take it back up. So press the feet. Inhale to stand. You feel okay? Yeah? Okay, good. All right, bend it towards the right knee, Skandasana. Suddenly got all crazy in here recently. I don't know. Left leg bends all the way to the front. Right leg bends all the way to the back. Left leg bends all the way to the front. Take the right leg with you, Malasana. Okay, cool. So we can maybe go straight into the binds here, into the left side. So left hand comes in front of the left knee. Right hand up towards the sky. Turn the right palm to face back. Yes, and then see if the hands can bind. Nice. So let's discuss how this would work. The foot, right? your ball of your foot provides mobility, and the heel provides stability. This stands to reason. So if you're going to come up onto the ball of the left foot, that will help you to travel. And if you stamp into the right foot, that will help you to stand up. So you obviously need to take your weight. Actually, I find it easier if you unbend the right knee a little bit, and then you can stand. Cool. This is nice. Good job. Okay, exhale to drop it. Lovely. Or keep going. Yeah, there. Now you're there. Okay, good. Leslie aged 30 years, just there. Okay, good. Let's do a vinyasa. So we've got one more thing to do. I hope you're doing well, Rachel, also, who I can't see you. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plank. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, chaturanga. So you can lower halfway. What's the difference? I have to do a little workshop on like hands and feet, maybe next week. Is this upward facing dog? Okay, it's fine. Downward facing dog. We're doing great. That's something that we can maybe do. Okay, here we are. Bend into both knees deeply. Exhale all the way out. On the inhale, look forward to the front of the mat. You can step both feet or jump both feet. So if you're stepping, it's left then right, or right then left, obviously. And if you're jumping, you use the inhale to travel. Nice. Yes, exactly. Exhale to fold. Press the feet down to the floor, and then inhale, stand all the way up. Okay, join the palms. And then can you take your right foot onto your left leg somewhere without using your hands? Yeah. Well, no, it's okay. It's all right. But it's interesting to just know what you can do without the hands, your active range of motion, which we're going to challenge even more. Exactly. So let your elbows come wide. Press your heel, your standing heel, into the floor. It's like what we just discussed. And then see if you can take your right knee towards your right elbow without dropping your right elbow. Nice. Okay, good. Step it back, high lunge. And then hands to the floor. Exhale, step forward, forward fold. Okay. Take your right hand in front of your right foot. Left hand up towards the sky, just like we started. Here we take the left hand onto the low back, or if you can reach the outer right hip. And it's going to like nestle into that crook of the hip there. Here the right hand reaches forward. And then through the legs, see if you can grab the hands around the leg. Now this is going to seem ridiculously easy compared to what we just did. So, because we're so much higher already. Press into the left foot. We're on a high heel on the right foot. And then start to stand up. Cool. So eventually, at first it looks a bit jaunty like this, but then you want to make the hip square. Yes, Max. Great. I shouldn't say that because everyone turns around to look. So you get the hip square, and then eventually your leg would straighten. And it's called Bird of Paradise. Yeah. Okay, cool. So try the other side. Two sides can be different depending on which arm, which leg. Hips are different stabilities. Let's just start with the left foot. So the tree pose first. And I'll get out the way because me standing your eye line, it's not really very helpful. Me not standing your eye line is probably not helpful either. Okay, nice. Beautiful, you guys. Good. Okay, so elbows wide, and then see if your left knee can tap your left elbow. Nice. Yes, excellent. Step it back, high lunge. So that's like a little reset. And then you exhale, step forward, forward fold. Good, so here we build it like this. Left hand in front of left foot, right hand to the sky. Here's where we find the opening. Right hand flips so the palm faces back, and we take it around to the outer left hip. Left hand reaches forward to the front, so it's kind of, we create that space along the waist, and then we exhale, dive between the legs, and let the fingers join, if you can get it. Nice. Love the young shoulders. Press the right heel into the floor. Lift the left heel. So you've got the left ball of the foot mobility, right heel stamping, and your gaze goes forward. I never said that before. That really helps. So if you look down here, that's where you're going to go. If you look out here, then you're going to be able to lift a lot easier. Good. You'll get there. We'll find the day that you do the posture that no one else can do. Nice. Can you straighten the leg? Yeah. Ooh, beautiful. Very nice. Okay, good. Ah. Okay, cool. Let's take the hands to the sky. We'll do a vinyasa to reset it, and then we're just going to unwind the body from here on in. So fold, bend into the knees. Find a halfway lift, inhale. And then exhale, step back into a plank. Good. So nice and slow. Make your chest really open. So we bend in those elbows, Ellie. That'll help. Yeah, good. Good, strong shoulders. And you can put the knees on the floor if you like to lower. Let's lower to the floor since it's the end of the class. Good. I never saw what you did, Tam, even. I bet you did it. In my mind, you did. Inhale, low cobra. And then exhale, press yourself back into child's pose here, please. So here's where you can have a little rest, of course. If you like, you can take the hands alongside you and hold on to the heels. It's comforting for the nervous system when you kind of fit those bits of your body that fit well together, like knees into armpits and heels into palms and stuff. The body likes to hold itself, to take care of itself. And so all these things like these silly postures, I think of it like bootstrapping yourself, being able to pull yourself up out of any trouble. That's what we just did, is pull ourselves out of trouble using strange manhandling techniques. And really, nobody ever cares if you can do a posture like this. But the ability to try and the ability to work to build some strength and some confidence to try is going to stand you in good stead when it comes to pulling yourself out of whatever you encounter in your life. Because this practice, it's fun, and I'm really here for fun. I think it should be fun, always. But it should give us something to take away with us, like some strength, some stamina, some wisdom, some insight. So instead of me telling you the answer, perhaps spend a minute or two with your breath and see what the practice has done for you so far this evening. Stay here for one more exhale. And on your inhale, look forward. Rock your weight so your shoulders are over your wrists again. And then walk the hands forward like, I don't know, maybe 25, 30 centimeters. So that your hips are going to be over your knees as you go back and down into this what's called puppy pose or melting heart pose. The hands will be like as wide as the mat, maybe even. And we want the shoulders to roll away from each other now. So you can feel that your lungs are spreading out sideways. Your belly gently hugs in so that the low back is not the place that we're stretching, but more the upper back. And in particular, the front of the armpit, like the skin stretching on there. Anatomically speaking, we did a bunch of internal rotation with the arms, so now we're doing a bunch of kind of tending towards external rotation. 3 breaths. Slowly roll forward, inhale, and then we'll take the body all the way down onto the floor. And from there, roll over so that you're lying on your back now. So it's almost that time when we get to lie down properly, but there's a couple more postures before that to kind of just counterbalance what we did today. Let's take the feet, so your body is a straight line, lying on your yoga mat. Keep your hips in the middle, and then walk your feet over to the right-hand corner of your mat. So your legs are long and straight, and your feet come over to the right-hand corner of your mat, maybe even off the mat. The hips stay in the middle. So if you want, you can cross the ankles. What you're creating is a curve through the legs all the way to the right corner. From here, using your elbows pressing against the floor, shivving your shoulders over to the right-hand side as well. It doesn't have to be far to feel a bunch. From here, if you like, you can take your arms overhead and perhaps grab a hold of the left wrist or forearm or maybe even elbow. And I like to nestle, again, the chin into the armpit. It's one of those comforting fits that you can fit in. If your hands can't come to the floor when you take them overhead, then just don't grab them or let them stay alongside you. Just do something that's going to feel comfortable. It should be a place where you can relax. Nice. So this is not one of those like stretch into it actively postures. This is a so-called yin style one where you kind of set yourself up and then you're done. You just kind of ease into it. We counterbalance, the agency and the ability to hold yourself and take care of yourself with a healthy dose of letting go, trusting in the wisdom of your body and the world. That's what postures like this are for, to remember that you don't always have to do stuff to make things happen. Because as you relax into this, the effect happens on its own. On an exhale, doesn't have to be the next one, when you're ready, the hands can come down alongside your hips, and then you walk the feet back into the middle. Pause to feel what you can feel on the left side. And then we walk the feet over to the left, crossing the ankles if you like. And then you can walk your shoulders over to the left as well. Again, your choices with the arms. You can hold on to elbow, wrist, or just forearm. And tuck in your chin towards the armpit if that feels good. Take one more inhale here, and when you're ready, exhale, take the hands down alongside you. Walk the feet back towards the middle, and then we bend into the knees. First of all, start by just letting the knees rock over to the left and then to the right. So it's this final unraveling of the hips. Yeah. Good. So let the knees come all the way over to the left, and take the arms out in a T shape and maybe gaze to the right. So it's a gentle little twist. Again, see if you can let your knees and your legs be heavy so that they do the twisting and the releasing for you. Okay, next inhale, start to waggle the knees again, left and right and left and right. Until finally you're going to land on the right now so that you can gaze left and find that gentle twist in the other direction. Lovely. From here, we take the soles of the feet to the floor again. And here's one of the options already. You can let the knees knock in towards each other for Shavasana if you like. That might feel nice on like the sacrum, the low back and stuff. Or if you like, you can just extend the legs. Make sure your shoulder blades are tucked underneath you, your neck long, so that your breath can be spacious. And here, after holding yourself so carefully for the last hour, we use just a few moments to completely let go. Feel how the earth holds you. It always does. Feel how the breath holds you from the inside out. It always does. Feel that you can relinquish all your effort just for the next few moments and be with yourself. Allow your breath to start to deepen again. Welcome yourself back into the world. Let fingertips and toes start to gradually move as you allow the breath to trace through the whole of you. When you're ready, you can start to turn the head left and right. And maybe bend the knees, take them into the chest. When you're ready, roll over to the right hand side and nice and slowly use the hands to press away the floor, come back up to sit. So we close the practice by bringing our attention inwards one last time. And then we celebrate that with the sound of Om, which you're welcome to not chant or listen or your choice, but I'll do it. First of all, we'll take a breath in all together. And just exhale through the mouth. Again, we inhale. Om Shanti. Thank you, everybody. Well done. That was crazy. Yeah, awesome. Well done, you guys. Thank you for your experimentation. Thanks.